Money, money, money. Hey, Skirk. How you doing? Thank you for the 30 bits. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Chef, how you doing? Hello, hello. We're back. But hell. Look at me, I'm faster than Aston. Hey, Irish. Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Hey, now you can be like, hey, I own a race car. It's faster than other race cars. Right. The megalith. Hey, Baron Doral, how you doing? Why is there a clock there? Oh. Apparently this is low gravity. That's a shitty box. Hey Emma, thank you for the 5 gifted, much appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Do I think the premium edition of Heroic 6 will be worth it? You're not really interested in getting a bunch of supercars at the start, but you do want future DLC content. If you want the future DLC content, then it'll likely be cheaper than buying them individually. But I get what you're saying about like the progression boost. I mean, there's like the VIP thing that they always seem to do, which gives you a credits boost or something. And I know a lot of players don't want that. And because I just like experimenting with shit. That works for me, so I'll be grabbing it, but... They are kind of fix the Pearl Shadow nerf. Elaborate. Are you saying that they acknowledged the Crazed Earl being bugged, or are you referring to the general Pearl change which stopped it from overriding bonus elements? I'm experiencing it from the bottom up. I mean, if you don't like the supercars, Irish, just don't use them. Just leave them in your garage and just like, yeah, I unlocked this, so I'll use this. Like, for the other weapons. Weapons? Cars. I mean, they are weapons, it's multiplayer. If you play multiplayer, they do become weapons, but that's the wrong type of game. Unless you choose violence. Which most players do. Or some in the auction house if you can. Anybody buys them. The problem is with those kind of cars, are the kind of cars that like the majority of players will have, so nobody will be buying them. You might be able to just remove from garage. And that way you won't even get credits. Play Vex Build Trouble? Not right now. Why is this slide so slow? Okay, he kicked in the immunity phase so quickly there. Because of that immunity phase, I might knock it to scale for this guy. Ow! I couldn't do the thing. I can't even target him during this phase with crossfire. This is so ass. Just make sure I don't already have it. My grenade was stacking skillcraft. That must be one of my bonus elements. It must be... hot hand. Hi Joker, how you doing? Hello, hello. You're locked in for Japan? I haven't pre-ordered yet. I will do, like, day before. Org impact below. Made the mistake of sliding into the tunnel. Oh, accidentally clicking photo mode. Why does it take so long? I would say it's just you, G-Rodden. I have had a couple. Rare finds, like... For some reason in this game, getting specific parts and underbarrels is just like stupid rare. Heimdall. By the Retro Shadow change? Not yet. That'd be something I use on cards. Got a Beam Toss and Reminisce a few days ago, the only one you kept. Not only can you have a disappointing weapon, you can have a disappointing damage on a Beam Tosser. The Wretched Shadow change is good. It can deliver Groundbreaker. Worth taking if you're in the area and you can throw it in your gameplay. Right, I'm actually gonna quickly grab a drink because I'm thirsty. I should have grabbed one earlier. Back in a minute. Hello, I'm back. Hey, Anima. You can also run legendaries. Yeah. I mean, legendaries typically have a more restricted part set, so they aren't as good, but they can. And it's a beam doll, so it doesn't matter. If somebody has 900 hours in this game and can't kill anything, would you call it a skill issue? Yes. Where can I find the build? Exclamation point cash, and you'll get 2 links for 2 different builds. With a Shadow Patch Super Soldier, now regenerating ammo. A game version of the cash spelling. I should add that. Both versions. I think I did with Sal. So 4 instead of the A. I don't see it something them intentionally doing, Anima, but Gearbox like to accidentally override previous changes. Before regenerating... Wait, are you talking about just in general? Wait, no, it's still there. No, it's working. Crow Source wasn't changed in the patch in terms of like parts and stuff. Oh. They just made it get splash damage bonuses. But that's just an inherent thing of the gun. Yeah, no, it's working. Super Soldier do be working. Helps if you push the button. Anima, I know you're not, but I'm just going to ask the question anyway. You're not using a COV gun, are you? Have you used the Daedalus enhancement damage regen? Oh, that's what you're saying. Right, okay. Not COV, just Daedalus. I haven't tried the Soul Survivor on Rafa. Maybe I should do that. Although since the Pearl nerf, it won't... Elemental Override won't override Vitriol. Double legendary. 33k Heimdall. How does the radius in Heimdall work? Is that like a tracking radius or like what?
Nancy speaks.
Sacrilege, man, save, quit farming and Baleful. And I'll do it again! Kildrone? Yeah, Kildrone's very good. They fix memory when you save quit this boss. No idea. I've never save quit farm boss, save quit farm this guy before, so. Well, that hasn't happened to me yet. Beam Tosser! 31k damage Beam Tosser. You crossfire built, trying to find a better pistol here all day, but you did find a nice hot shot you're gonna try and kill Bloom with. Good luck.
I would run if I were you!
Up rolling. Is this up?
Just what I was looking for!
He's been stuttering like crazy, horrible FPS drops. He can barely play, doing enough as this. So apparently, Gearbox accidentally removed the optimizations of like the previous optimization patch. Truly Gearbox moment.
I have killed men with better luck!
What did Gearbox add? Apparently they accidentally removed one of the previous optimization updates. You farmed Oppressor yesterday, you hope the next raid boss is like him. Who hurt you?
Just what I was looking for!
Bro woke up and chose violence. I want to play Cash, but I'm also tired and I want something a bit more brain dead. You box will tweak boss numbers for you, VH. What numbers would they tweak? Oh, to buff some? I mean, some bosses just need more health full stop. Especially in the DLC. They're all, like, scaled to be, like, Horus levels of difficulty. And Brambles. What the fuck? Bramble Song, Oppressor, all of those. Is there a flying boss that doesn't just fuck loot out of bounds? Sky Spanner. Half the arenas, it doesn't have to be like a flying boss or anything. A lot of arenas, loot just drops underground. Like, look at Directive O or Viraxis. And that's a long list of where that happens. Was dropping loot correctly. Interesting. Why is the Stinto on? Bramble Song is dropping loot correctly. Yeah, it's supposed to just yeet your shinies off the map. That's a design feature. Bloom is such an egregious example. Well, Bloom is atrocious. Able to get a shiny mantra there, so you're surprised it didn't go into the abyss. So my first ever mantra drop was a shiny, and it landed on one of those tiny pillars right at the bottom of the map. I got very lucky. Three games, same problem, no excuse, honestly. Yeah, like, they should go, okay, boss drops loot, cool. We put an arena here with, you know, a pit of despair. Does the loot fall into the pit of despair? Yes, okay, make it just drop over the arena then. Like, that should just be the default fucking runabout. Farming bosses for loot is the core gameplay loop of the video game. So, get it fucking right. It's not a difficult rigmarole to just realize that maybe loot shouldn't fall into the abyss. Always moves to a fixed location and drops loot. Yeah, I mean, they don't even have to do that. I mean, some fights, they can just have the loot spawn a little bit separately. Like, look at, Roguewood. They just have the loot spawn above the arena. Hi, Kitty. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Does Mooncow do it? Sometimes she can throw loot off of the boundary. I mean, that one... All that one needs is the same treatment as Origo. And just like an aggressive invisible wall. Even this arena's got an invisible wall for loot. Timing on Nightbot. Dancer bad and Rafa bad. Worst character along with Amon. Black man. Honestly, I think Amon gets enough Amon bad while being completely and utterly wrong. I think Amon bad can be a redeem. The point of the Flak bad ones is they're all typos. This game hasn't typoed Amon yet, has it? Typo, all of them are. Every Flak command is a typo that was in the game by Gearbox. Gearbox made several typos on various skills and items for Flak. The typos they're all intentional because the you got the original flak, but then you got fla and then flak with 2 Ks. And that's Gearbox's typos. Reminisce's Daedalus weapon slot? Why? Why does Reminisce roll Daedalus slot? What does that even do for the... like, what? A sniper is technically best, but like... no typos been found. I mean, well, game's got plenty of typos, but none for the characters. Although, in general, I think it's got less typos than Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 had quite a few. Safe Goward. Alright, how many aim-on builds? Most of my aim builds are just like kind of used from other people. I have my Hammer Slam build and an Ordnance build, and then I kind of copy Rune's... terrible. I kind of copy Rune's Crucible build. Crucible got a hell of a buff this week. I haven't seen exactly what you've done, but I know Crucible went into Forge drones before. So having a big bunch of Forge drone buffs on like movement speed and whatnot, I can only imagine has helped it tremendously. The two other shotguns had that behavior intentionally effective from the accident. I don't know. What other shotguns have potentially had been nerfed? I might duplicate my aim-on build so I can play Crucible without potentially risking... all Ripper shotguns.
The boy stays. You die. Just look away.
Escalation home point must have been hammer spam pretty crazy, so now we're killing GVH6 Radix in under 40 seconds. Yeah, but have you considered that I can shoot it in the toe with a spread launcher and win? And if it doesn't die, I just groundbreaker it. And that looks... I mean, this looks normal. So, like... Crazed Earl's card changed. The card of these guns haven't changed. That's the Bloodletter variant. Right, the bubble's gone. Hello? Convergence seems fine. I'm on the wrong build, I'm using the wrong augment. On true mode. Just behaving exactly... Like, the card hasn't changed. The Crazed Earl card changed. The Convergence card has not changed for me. I love how Vex stays interaction skill when you got into a vehicle. Convergence fine? Yeah. Convergence feels unchanged to me, the card is unchanged. Gore Master feels unchanged, the card is unchanged. I've only seen the bug happen on Crazed Earl, personally. Because, like, right now, this is Gore Master on true VH6 with the wrong spec. Hey, Acolyte, how you doing? Hello, hello. Thank you for the 50 months. That is a sizable amount. Shake of the apple. Golden God also feels the same using last night. Yeah, I've only seen it occur to the Crazed Earl. Maybe there is something more subtle and like nowhere near to the extent. Of Crazed Earl. What if it was Rafa players testing the shotguns and sees the worst Vault Hunter ever? They thought he got hit too. But the way people are just completely talking about that Rafa change. I had somebody in the comments of my video saying, since Rafa had his critical hit chance cut in half. What do you mean cut in half? You lost 8% crit chance. Relax. Yeah, I know Gearbox have only confirmed Earl. Yeah, we can't do maths. I didn't spell it right either. God. The players have updated the maths. What am I farming? I don't even... I'm farming a Reminisce, which is like... Why? Why am I farming a Reminisce? I just want a shiny one. Worst gun in game. Doing the Trouble build while you can. So, Trouble... I use Trouble on Deadshot now because I get unsealed. You can use Trouble on KSVB if you... just so it's there. Like, the thing is with Vex shots and skills is you're not reliant on them at all for your power. You gain a little bit of a buff with them active, but you just need an active action skill. It doesn't really matter which one, so you can use Trouble. And then with level 70, KSVB gets access to Unsealed. So... which is bottom right capstone. Because here's the thing with Trouble that nobody really acknowledges. You can use Trouble on Vex just fine, because Incarnate sucks just as bad. Incarnate is a catastrophically shit action skill. Is Reminisce decent on its own? No, it's not even decent with help. Incarnate can use Witcher Trigger Fin to auto-reload though. So, fun fact about that. That is the worst ammo sustain skill in the entire game. Out of all the other characters who have ways of replenishing their mag, Witchy Triggerfinger is the worst one. No, but Vex also just has good reload speed. Rough or bad. I didn't one shot and I didn't save my spread launcher shot. No one shot, literally unplayable. Hey, this thing happened because of player input and skill issue. Must mean character bad. So most of the damage Vex gets from her action skills is just simply having an action skill active. Nothing about the action skill itself. Literally just having an action skill active. And you get a little bit of bonus elements. Vex gains the absolute least from her action skills of any character, barring maybe Amon if you're not doing, like, a specific, like, force of nature. Like, Vex just does not really give a fuck about her action skills. She'll gain 67.5 bonus element for having an active action skill. And then if you use Witchy Trigger Finger, you can get up to 45% gun damage. Whoopee. And auto reloads if the boss lives long enough. I didn't even get... What? Insane final boss loot. 2 blues and a green. And 4 bits of money. What is that? What was that loot? Scourge has 6 greens. Scourge was guaranteed legendaries. No one shot. Oh no, I initiated the slide manually. It's so slow! Like how bro's just sleeping. We like wake him up. He's just having a nap. Hey Jack. How do you spam Spawn on Ratham? What crimes do I need to commit? Reach level 16. That's the only requirements. You will want a point in Metal Management and Bullet Buddy Deluxe. That's all you need. You're gonna activate Bullet Buddy Deluxe. Shoot. Activate, shoot, activate, shoot, activate. So I'm holding down the trigger right now. Holding down the trigger. Spamming the button. To activate Bullet Buddy Deluxe. Make sure to activate Bullet Buddy Deluxe first and last. Otherwise, your gun will swap modes. So when you fire it, you need to be mashing the button to spam Bullet Buddy Deluxe again to interrupt the mode swap animation. Even if you don't plan on shooting again, you still want to be mashing that F key. That action skill button. Problem with Completionist and Missile Swarm is you only get the single part bonus. Heavyweight with Missile Swarm is much better because you get the triple part bonus, which is not only more missiles, it's stronger missiles too. Hey, Mentalist. Movement speed maths? Ah, multiplicative movement speed. That was a gift Borderlands 3 gave us. Did I play Claire Obscure? No. If we don't have double dippable movement speed yet. When did I switch from console to PC? I didn't really switch. I just kind of like carried with both. But Borderlands specifically, 2013. I did the first year and a bit of Borderlands 2 on Xbox 360, and then I got it on PC. But I kept playing console games. I kept playing my Xbox for Destiny and then Monster Hunter World. And Forza Horizon 4. And then a few years ago when Forza Horizon 5 came out, I got that one on PC. And then for Monster Hunter Wilds, I got that on PC. I also played Gears 4 on PC on Xbox. Kind of around up to like 2020, 2021. Yeah, 2020 is when I'll have last played my my Xbox One. Borderlands, yeah, Borderlands was 2013. Hey, what's how you doing? Hello, hello. Console COD. I've never streamed COD, so not me. I last played COD, for which was Cold War, semi-recently. I played Cold War. It was 4 games ago. Yeah, that's recent for Call of Duty. They spit those out on like a bi-weekly basis. Played for COD Roll since Blops 3. I think Blops 1, before Cold War, Blops 1 was the last COD game I played hard. And then I was late to the party for Modern Warfare 3, and I played that one a little bit. And then I just didn't play until all the way until Cold War. So I missed all of like the jetpacking stuff and all that. Are the campaigns any good still for Call of Duty? I know, like, Black Ops 1 and prior, the campaigns are really fucking good. No? Bad. Like Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and then like World at War and Black Ops 1. That was some peak gaming for campaigns. If Brothers in Arms didn't exist, I'd say World at War is one of the best World War II video games. Did I slide into that? I did! So slow! And playing zombies? Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. Never got on with zombies. I kinda enjoyed Cold Wars. I grinded out Cold War zombies for the fancy purple wibbly skin. And that was it. I never got on with zombies. Cold War Zombies was the only one you went for Dark Age skin on? Yeah. Running transfers wasn't your thing at all? Yeah, if like, in terms of wave defense, Gears of War had that one on lock. Gears of War Horde mode was so good. Remember when games weren't predatory? Skillcraft. In my opinion, co-oping a Gears of War campaign with somebody you like playing with is just some of the best time you can have in video games. Like running co-op, that original Gears of War trilogy. Excellent stuff. So you think the mid game might be the hardest time to be able to form? I think you're right. I think you are correct. There's like this awkward phase where you don't quite have your build fully online yet, but the enemies are starting to get tougher. It's right around the mid game. And then of course it's build dependent on when the build fully comes together. Gears 2 was so much fun, playing co-op with your brother and cousin was so much fun. That Gears of War 2 campaign, every level being so unique from each other, and yet tying it together very well, and it was just... What a brilliantly paced campaign. Going from the city to the back of the big vehicles, into the town, into the underground, out of the underground, into the worm, into the facility with the fucking sires, and then the razor hail. Oh, the vehicle section as well. In the tank. Before reaching the facility. What a fantastic campaign. Just kept itself fresh the entire way through. No repetitiveness. The jump to UVH1 is pretty during the 30s? Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that first UVH jump is like the biggest one. Like, that's the biggest UVH, that's the biggest health increase out of any of them, is that very first one. If you make a level 30 character, I rarely go play UVH1. I play UVH0 for a bit. Have I streamed FPS other than Borderlands? Games that I've streamed: Monster Hunter, Forza, Borderlands, and then like the occasional drop of variety: Bioshock Infinite, Skyrim, XCOM 2. We did a run of that. Bulletstorm, I've streamed that. Spec Ops: The Line, I've streamed that one, but only like just one-off playthroughs, not like properly streamed for a while. Elden Ring, I streamed a lot of Elden Ring. What a game. He's hoping EA can do the same. I hope EA goes back to linear. Remnant 2 with Crag, yeah, we played that recently. Lots of team killing. Couple of other games as well, but yeah. First Descendant. Did I ever stream Balloons? I don't think I did. I put a lot of hours in Balloons. I don't think I ever streamed it. Level 30 intro is harsh, you immediately form with fireworks. That's a good shout, that, starting with fireworks. Between fireworks and transmitter, you've got some good gear there to just do some general killing for you. Best passives from Wind Rider and Gun Cache, depending between fire rate, movement speed. So before I read the second half of your message, before I read it out, I was thinking in my head, I'll probably say fire rate or movement speed for this. Yeah, either of those. Depends if you want to move fast or kill shit faster. It's up to you. Yeah, Olipin. Thank you very much for the 6 months of sub in advance. Bloody hell. Thank you. The commitment. Hopefully it doesn't get nerfed. Sorry. Mine's think alike. Yeah, I glanced over and I just saw best passives for Rinwider. I didn't read the rest of the message, so I thought, how am I going to answer this question? I'll probably say movement speed or fire rate. Ooh, shotgun hammer. Brr. I see you got reset. Sometimes on patches, your SDU configuration gets reset. You just have to respend them. It takes like 10 seconds. It's annoying, but... Was pre-nerf commitment really all that OP? Yes. I mean, post-nerf commitment is one of the stronger skills. Pre-nerf commitment is like... It's like anti-up levels of Zilly. But on, like, Zane. An already stupid character. It almost makes me think they can't max them. Range. Have you spent them differently? Like, the final tier is super expensive. So maybe you had more tier 4s before, and now you've gone just more tier 5s. You should have the same amount of SDU tokens. Because the way SDU tokens are given to the character, it's basically based on what activities are completed. So you won't have, like, completed activities, but then not have the SDU tokens for those activities. So that was fixed? Yeah. I mean, this is Gearbox. Sometimes they undo fixes by accident. Right, so I'm really thirsty still. I'm just gonna get some more liquid to put in me. Back in a minute. Stay hydrated. Nothing tastes better than water when you're thirsty. Especially cold but not ice cold. No, I don't like ice. Wait. Skillcraft class mod. I take those. So far we've had 4 content drops in this game, which added gear. And no increases to vault space. Gearbox. Typical Brit Lamau. What did I do? What British trope did I just do? Drinking water? Likes water but not ice. Sorry, I don't want fucking brain freeze. I'm not one of these weirdos that wake up at 4 in the morning and dunks their head into a bowl of ice. And Dragon's Empire, watching from your TV, comfy. Today's scheduled programming is killing Captain Willis over and over. I find when you got ice in a drink, it's fine, but it's harder to drink high volumes. Like, sometimes I just want to gulp that shit down, and ice just makes that a bit too much in terms of the temperature. Just eat the ice. But to have more views than before, is it that good still? It just depends who's on and streaming. To me, BL2 is dated as fuck. Captain Will should have been phase 1 turned into a huge Eldritch Mon for phase 2. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not a 2-phase fight. It's just like a guy. He doesn't even have much health. I mean, his moves can get pretty crazy if he doesn't instantly die, but because he doesn't have that much health, he just kind of instantly dies. Have I played around with From Gloam to Glow yet? No. I don't have much interest in playing this game's B Shield, to be honest. Once I've gotten Cash a few more specializations, I might duplicate the save file a few times and just create different loadouts so it's easier to swap between. But I'm not rushing to a gun Cash build because if I want general gun builds, I have a nice variety between Harlow, Rafa, and Vex. I don't really want another one. I really like Cash's action skills. Makes the character feel like a new character. I don't want a new character just do gun too. For me, action skills are what define the character. Cash has some good ones. Like other characters in this game who don't have good action skills. Vex. Sorry. To be honest, Harlows are pretty shit too. You've got disappointing bubble, clunky ball, and gun better. Hey, shiny. Oh, shiny. A high roll too. Rafa's lance okay? It is. Clunky, but it's okay. Wow, what a not clunky weapon to use at all. Oh, I can bully buddy deluxe it. Look at it go. Wait, I can maintain the ammo because I've sent out all the bullets? That's really funny tech. Wait, that's really funny tech. More projectile speed? It would take the same amount of time because it would just go out further. Oops, new tech dropped. Yeah, if you have any kind of ammo saving, you can have more bullets in flight. So as soon as that ammo saving drops off, because you've got the bullets in flight, so long as you keep shooting, you'll just keep having infinite ammo. So you can maintain infinite ammo past the duration of infinite ammo. Is draining your spare ammo? I mean, that's fine. You just run Daedalus swap SMG. Right, so I want to do rifts now. Rifter. What character? I think maybe Harlow? For the phlebotomist, whatever it's called. I haven't done the DLC on her yet. And she's still level 50. What do you think of Borderlands 4's open world approach? I think it's been to the detriment of the game. A frosty loot, Kragan! Aw, aren't you cute? Oh, hollow bot. It's like a polished alien turd. It's mean. That's him, Dad. That's the guy who punched me. Cricket. I don't think there's any way to get over there anymore. You used to be able to drive from here to here, but I don't think you can anymore. Zusa, I don't want them to attempt open world again until they can sort out performance with it. Make it work first, yeah? Like, this game has a limitation on how many enemies can, like, exist without the game throwing a shit fit. You ever run over a pile of money and the money gets picked up really slowly, one by one? Yeah, that. And the combat in open world just doesn't feel good. You go somewhere, you go to like a set of buildings or a field somewhere, you kill 5 enemies and that's it. That's the fight over. Now you gotta trek through a field to get to the next 5 enemies. It's the pacing is just so off. Whereas if you have like a linear map like Bloodshot Ramparts, or Bloodshot Stronghold, it's just like action the entire way. Instead of fight, 10 seconds of driving, fight, 10 seconds of driving, fight. It's like... so off and clunky. Can you see those beams from way further away now? I swear you couldn't see that from that far away anymore. Hey, been enjoying the YouTube content? Just managed to make the Sniper Alpha build. It's a lot of fun. Hell yeah, glad you're enjoying it. Sniper Alpha is great. Dream mode feels mandatory to have a good time modding. Absolutely does. Red Sky Beam could have been bigger. It could have had aura. It doesn't have aura. It's just like a line. It's like somebody took a felt tip pen and just drew up. Like, where is the... It's called a Nightmare Rift. Do you know what a Nightmare Rift should look like? A giant red fire tornado that goes into the sky and spreads out over the over the atmosphere. That's what a Nightmare Rift should look like. Not just like a felt tip pen line going up. The sound effects when it spawns in. Yeah, like a big old lightning crack. Look at that. So pathetic. That should go up. That should go up and then like out and just cover a huge area of the sky and it goes in and down. That's what that should do. These are just where Harlow's new class mod, Phlebotomist, drops from? Yes. One sustained, 4 state, 2 isotope. Give Nightmare Rift bosses 10x health. They did beef some of them up a little bit this last patch, and the upgrades that they gave them are good. We just need more. But yeah, it's that they do, in terms of health-wise, you're just like a dude with a name. Like, Thresher War is really fucking cool, but it just keels over and dies. Like, I want to fight the Thresher War. It's a thresher named after a boat, and it's covered in guns. It's named after a jellyfish, I think, isn't it? Like, it's a thresher covered in guns. Also, all of the Nightmare Rift bosses appear elsewhere as, like, mini-bosses as well. So, like, there's the side mission where you fight one of the Threshers. Of course, there's the opening mission in the game where you fight Ice Maw. Thresher War you can just kind of see floating around. What is that? It just died. Interesting first thought. That's what I was thinking. Rip a Daedalus shotgun. You want a boss rush? Same. Imagine if you went into a boss arena, purple portaled out into another boss arena, purple portaled out into another boss arena, and they made an activity out of that. How cool that would be. Where'd I put the points for Ordnance Hollow? I just kind of... I think I went Feedback, Loop, and Meltdown. This is make extraordinary, by the way. Everything else is just heavy. Heavy green. That's what my spec is currently. What's Convergence God roll? Highest card DPS, it's that simple. Jacob's Ricochet is nice, and Daedalus AR or SMG is very nice. Beyond those two, highest DPS roll. I will say, if you can get Daedalus SMG with Jacob's Ricochet, it is a very nice weapon. A very, very nice weapon. I need to farm Drill Hole for a COV Jacob's Katagawa's Revenge. No, not a COV Fear Stalker. COV Katagawa's Revenge. That is Purple Ordnance? Yes, it's an Utka. Double shot explosive. Me when the teeth are British. What? Ordnance is doing a lot more damage, it looks like now. I mean, this is just kind of what Ordnance Harlow has always been like. DLC bosses just don't have a lot of health. High Cal doesn't hurt flying enemies, or doesn't hurt your damage against flying enemies. Fully valid for Vials, though. High Cal and Vials, not a good mix. But given that a flying Vial enemy are so rare and, like few and far between, I wouldn't cater your build around that. I would just do a swap on the fly as you encounter that scenario, instead of hurting your ability to kill everything else for the sake of the occasional Vial crash. Game yearns for endgame. I don't think Gearbox understand the meaning anymore. I need to try Airship Event. The Airship Event is the one event I technically haven't platinumed yet. What's the issue with High Cal and Vials? So when you hit something with High Cal and you hit the enemy, it no longer explodes on impact. So if you hit something with an explosive, if it's a Vial enemy, it explodes. But if you have High Cal 3, it doesn't. And the actual explosion happening is important for Vials, because Vials have got lots of parts that are separate from each other. And an explosion can hit all of them at once, but if you don't have an explosion and it's just normal bullets, i.e. High Cal 3, you're not hitting all those parts together at the same time. Three sustain reaction, 2 excited state, 2 cyclotron, and movement speed. I'm gonna be honest, that's probably one of the best I can possibly get. I can't really ask for much better than that. That is a really good roll. What's my specializations look like on this character? Oh, 98. That's comfy. Could still do with more, though. I don't have I Am a Gun. Would I use I Am a Gun? Probably not. Would I use Her Mind? No. Full Spectrum's not doing much. What could I have instead of full spectrum? Overkill. That might be funny. Meltdown should get honed mind. Yeah. I think full spectrum into honed mind would be better. Firmware. My firmware is High Cal 3, Deadeye 2 currently. And then if I'm using a weapon that doesn't benefit from High Cal 3, like Jet Setter, I swap to Deadeye 3. So I have the swapping thing on Ordnance. Because also, if I'm using a gun without one, it's just kind of like, whatever, it's fine. So, Rocket Socket, you want High Cal, so I have High Cal on that one. Honey Bunches, you want Deadeye, so I've got Deadeye on that one. That's how I have it set up. I need a better enhancement, one with swap speed. Get an enhancement with gun damage and swap speed. You're laughing. Hey, it's Thresher War. Thresher War is fucking dead. That's good. That's very good. Skill damage, skill crit chance, +5 thunderous rage, +2 vital organs on a Tempest. Is that not simply God roll? Oh, I might be able to roll Strike the Anvil. Can't remember. Rock Affinity? It's one of the better ones, is it not? Especially for a Tempest. It does roll Strike the Anvil? Damn, that's a shame. That could have been a really clean roll. Yeah, I'll take it. Clean roll, just wrong skill. Like, that's a nice pair of passives, and then a 5 and a 2 is usually pretty good. Hey, boom. Now that I have Meltdown, if I get a COV Katagar's Revenge, I can take my points out of Mass Function, go to Neutron Decay. Now, I don't like Neutron Decay, I don't find it consistent at all, but I won't need Mass Function anymore. Oh yeah, maxed on Refraction and Excited State. I'm over-spec'd on this section, I forgot about that. I do want some more troopers. I want a trooper with a mix of refraction and meltdown. Balloon farm, yeah. Get some legendary enhancements too. Now to something that gives an extra specialization slot. Nah, I like it at 4 because it means you have to actually choose. I like 4. I don't want 5. What I would like them to do is give a balance pass of the existing specialization skills that we have. Notably less fire rate, but that chunked. Falk rolls with Daedalus Assault Rifle. I want a Daedalus Shotgun Falk. I think it'd be funny. What new purple class mods? What, like bullet hail Irish? So, well, bullet hail, it doesn't ricochet a shot. It creates its own separate shot and launches that. Now, it's very funny. It's like very funny with Akatagawa's Revenge, because it's got no internal cooldown. You start hitting something with Akatagawa's Revenge on Amon, and you have bullet hail on. Your screen just fills up. Does it crash your game? I didn't get performance drops with it, funnily enough. Maybe I wasn't spamming hard enough. Will they ever buff the Roach? Of course not. It will eventually, but I don't think that good will ever be good. Or great, I should say. What do you think the UH7 firmware will be? I think a dot-based firmware is a good shout. It's like the one source of damage we don't have a firmware for. And machine guns counts gunshots. He should be. I can't remember off the top of my head, Blanket. Shiny Soul Survivor? Yeah, I think it's like a 50-50 drop rate on it. Shiny Soul Survivor exists. I had, when I got my Shiny Soul Survivor, I got back-to-back Soul Survivors, and I even called it as well. I was like, yeah, and the second one's gonna drop right now, and it did. Does Jack Furwear need boost or an overhaul? Overhaul. How did they know the loot event, like the one before level cap increase? Yeah, they'll do that again before the next level cap increase. I'm assuming I am making a prediction based off of historical events of the last 7 years. Loot event equals level cap, without fail. You shouldn't assume a gearbox. Can I assume that they'd fuck something up every patch? Definitely, then I'm allowed to assume with Gearbox. Even Gearbox have their patterns. That is a very low DPS valve. Oh. Okay. That's a... Fair enough. terrible scope. I mean, shit parts in general, but... yeah. Skillcraft. Yeah, it's 3k off. What a god roll would be. Still shit though. It's a Fear Stalker. Would each pellet give a stack? Yes, but also that works vice versa. Only one pellet will benefit. So it balances out. Ryo Elemental Eater. Oh, that would be a shame if this was pre-patch! Fucked! $24k DPS on a Falc. That is high. What is the highest count shield you can get? As in, like, capacity? Double turtle on an order shield, or double turtle on a hopscotch. The order shield, I believe, is 156k, and the hopscotch is 171k. What events did they run in BL3? They did all sorts. They did like chess events. They did EchoCast events. They did loot the universe. They did loot enemy events. They did all sorts with Borderlands 3. What skills benefit from a high capacity Nova Amons? Vex has got Iron Maiden. Rafa's got one, Harlow's got one. They each have one. So this is Harlow's alternative fuel source. Drains your shields and you do a damage equal to what you get. Iron Maiden is basically the exact same. Rafa's got one in Green Tree, which is based on total shield. Cash has one somewhere. It's Globe to Glow, I think, actually. Is the unstable core viable after patch? It was viable before patch. I don't really know how the patch affected it. The core is a really awkward weapon to use. But you can make it viable. You want swap speed with it. Just go nuts with Novas. The Novas, unfortunately, have, like, no range. Fire rate. Technically, Cash's Desperado skill benefits from high capacity because it stops you from killing yourself as much. I can tank several Desperado grenades wearing a hopscotch. Preaching to the choir, Zusa. Preaching to the choir. Wouldn't Honey Badger be better for self-damage? Technically, but no. I tested. It was terrible. It's like only reducing self-damage of some sources or not others. I don't really know what's going on with it, but I just fucking insta-died with a 100,000 capacity Honey Badger. Yet, Hopscotch, I can consistently tank several. So, I don't know what's going on with that, but in practice, Hopscotch was far superior. Can you get pearls in the rifts? No. You have an idea for the card DPS ranges for Crow-sourced? You're looking at like 12k to 24k. But the best roll is around 21, 20-ish. So with the Crow Source, because it's burst fire, on an order, the fire rate stat is proportionally more important than what the DPS on the card really says. And a fire rate roll has a little bit less listed card DPS, but it works out to be a better weapon, especially in mobbing. And it can roll up to 10.5 fire rate. But that's like 100% perfect for fire rate. If you drop a fire rate part, it'll drop to like 9.9. That one's still fantastic. Really, with that weapon, you want as much fire rate as you can get. A 9.9 with 15. You can get a better roll than that. That'll feel really nice, though. You can get 9.9 and up to into the 20s. It just depends how much you care about that extra oomph with how long that'll take to farm, because, you know, Pearl drop rates. You know, chances are you get one to drop and it's got like 7.5 fire rate. I played Zane and BL3. Is he similar to Rafa? Ish? Ish. Zane is a weapon of mass destruction. That is Atom Bomb versus Death Star. Like, yeah, the Atom Bomb is strong, but Zane is just a Death Star. He just... nothing. There is nothing that can match Zane. Apart from a well-placed torpedo on a small ship. I guess. Is he a walking nuke? Literally. Like, not just figuratively, literally, he is a walking nuke. Like, literally, yes. And what's great is whilst you're nuking the map, literally, you have self-damage immunity, so you don't take any damage whilst you hit the splash radius of the entire playable map. Oh no, Cryo Elemental Eater, what will I do? What's really funny with Zane is you can make an endgame build from, like, level 15. Because he can create the action skill start anoint with an early game class mod that you can get at level 12. So you don't need to wait for anoints to become available. So you can just have Revolter active all the time, right from the get-go. And then he's got a tier 1 skill that's another 200% bonus element. That synergizes really well with Jacob shotguns. So, right out the gate, you just get 400% bonus element. And you're not even level 15. The game is not designed for that. You saw it before he was buffed. He was buffed to be very strong very early in the game. He got his skill overhaul and his best class mod with Mallow and Takedown. Can't get Crossfire to work. It's a very it's a very annoying specific like dance you got to do with it. So make sure you trigger Windfall before you enter your action skill. Make sure Windfall is active. Then you need to wait until... So don't push anything. Maybe like, you know, aiming down sight just to target the right enemy. You gotta wait until you get your 10 stacks of Fortune. And that's when you can click left click. If you click left click beforehand, you'll screw over your entire rotation. That's when you click left click, once you get your 10 stacks of Fortune. And Desperado is active. So, Windfall, action skill, Desperado, wait, 10 stacks, then left click. Or whatever your shoot button is. What type of witchcraft is this? It's complicated at first, but then it's actually quite simple once you get the timing down. Because when I first put together the Crossfire build, I struggled to get distance out of it. I was like, this isn't working how I anticipated, how I know it can do. So I asked Garwood for help, and he explained it to me. And I'm like, oh, and after a bit about back and forth and fine-tuning, it clicked. Was Zane my main in BL3? No, Zane was my least played. Moses, your first character and you spam the pipe bomb, that's all you remember with BL3? Oh, right. Very early then. Fair enough. I mean, pipe bomb's great. Pipe bomb's great to this day, but yeah, no, if you were spamming that, you were probably playing it like month 1. Mentioned that the crystals won't drop with rubber, but from my understanding it never did. Was there a change at all? Yeah, so most of what they said they did with pearls, they did before the DLC came out, so it's a bit of a nothing change. Windfall, action skill, F for action skill, 10 stacks of fortune, press shoot to kill the boss. Yes, correct. Absolutely. How do I believe the bad skill work now? I have not changed anything between pre-patch and post-patch to bleed the bad. But don't spam it. So wait for Windfall to drop. Let go of Burst Fire. And then in the bottom left corner of the screen, you'll see the cooldown for Burst Fire. It will be one of your buff boxes next to your health bar. You can see mine. The Burst Fire one is one with like little orange accents around the corners. It lasts a few seconds. Wait for that to disappear. Then you can click for Bleed the Bad. Crossfire looks all rapid fire and spammy and chaotic, but you have to be really just patient on your clicks. You can't spam, otherwise it falls apart. If you start spam clicking, it doesn't like that. It's worth noting that I personally notice a large DPS increase when using a good Pistolier class mod versus other class mods. The Pistolier is good. Less important once you've got loads of health followed with him stacks, but initially, like if you were fighting a boss, it is important. Yeah, you're not the only one, and I don't understand why the issue is happening for people, because you're definitely not the only one struggling to make it work. I'll run through my rotation. So I've loaded on cash. I'm on a neutral start. I haven't done anything. No stats, no nothing. I have Bleed the Bad, Mr. Pocket, if it means anything, Hell followed with him, Desperado, Sword Off. I have Alchemy. And I have Late Scratch. It's kind of all that's important, really. I have a Pistolier. And a Elemental Grenade. He might interrupt my shit with his immunity phase on true, so we'll just see how this goes. Oh, Cash is too tall. Heals one more time. Red tree. Blue tree. I might tweak and stuff. I might move these points over to here. I might still tweak, but that's the build. So I'm going to enter the fight. I'm going to throw my Elemental Grenade. Spam my gun. Windfall. Activate. Desperado. 10 stacks. Click. Now I fire. He went into immunity phase there, but that is the rotation. Now I wait. Burst fire is not active. I click once. Desperado again. He's dead. Now I do have to end that to pull this. So that's the damage rotation. Okay. So, Bleed the Bad doesn't work if Windfall is active. So you need to wait for Windfall to end. And then, you can see in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, when I click, now, that skill pops up with the orange accents. You can see that one on the top left of my buff bar. That is the skill you're looking out for. If it's on cooldown, it won't work. Now, if I click and hold, click and hold. It's not appearing. It'll only appear when I let go. I have to wait for it to do its cooldown before I can click again. So if you get to 10 stacks of Bleed the Bad, you'll really struggle maintaining burst fire and your action skill at the same time, because that's draining so fast now. If I click and hold for any length of time, and I let go, it starts getting a bit tight before I can do it again. You put the performance in blue tree in second tier far left to crit chance, trictate. Yeah, that's just like small optimizations that don't change the actual build around, Posy. I'm always messing around with that stuff. Those tweaks won't matter too much. Like, this skill, I'm probably going to take out again. I don't think this skill's that good. I'm probably going to get rid of this. I'm probably going to move them to payout. Trictator's a bit of soup, that's whatever. What shield? I'm currently running a hopscotch, so my Desperado grenades don't kill me. Same build on YouTube? I don't think so. Not the, like, OP meta, like, Eraser build, at least. Click the Zane link and look for an Eraser build. Or just, like, any of runes. I should probably make a little video out of that, talking about Bleed the Bad and how to sustain your cash action skill. But yeah. You want... The timing is really tight on your windfall ending. So a few points in Mr. Pocket is definitely worth it, just to hold your action skill a little bit at the start of your action skill, to give you time for your windfall to end. Yeah, I'll do that. It's probably a good idea. I mean, to me, nothing has changed. It's literally just a case of knowing. So now I have to wait for Windfall to end before I can trigger Bleed the Bad. And you see, that got really close before I ran out. So nothing's actually changed. It's just that because the action skill drain is working properly now, I think that is the thing change. It just requires you to know how it actually works. It's not to the fault of the player. The game does not tell you in the slightest how Burst Fire and Bleed the Bad and etc. is working. It doesn't indicate that Burst Fire has like a cooldown or anything. It doesn't go into that detail. So if you spam, nothing really happens. So now I'm spamming, and nothing is happening. Oh, there it goes. It becomes inconsistent. You gotta be patient on the button presses. It works. Glad to hear it. Class dismissed. Back to Harlow. Volley time? Hell yeah. Another McLaren domination. I mean, Kimi was close in Sprint Qual 1. Maybe he can get it. George might focus up. Look forward to seeing the video. It'll be exactly the same as what you've just watched. Is the front Harlow build aside from the Heavy Trooper one? You've got generic gun tree, which just allows you to use normal guns instead of Trooper, and it's, well, heavy weapons, sorry. And it's basically the exact same build, but you're using normal guns. And then you've also got Chroma Accelerator builds as well. I don't like those as much, they're clunky. No, Harlow's not great in terms of build diversity. You can do a 0-point build, but it's not good. It will work, but the power difference between blue tree and green tree is astronomical. Especially since they keep fixing bugs and helping out green tree and not giving the same love to blue tree. Like the fix to Meltdown. That was making Meltdown source inheriting. Blue tree's got a bunch of bonus elements that don't source inherit yet. So they give the love to Meltdown, but not the blue tree ones. Why? And no, I did not get a crow source today. I got the shiny remnants, and then... left. You might enjoy Blue Tree Harlow, but the bossing is like depression. Mobbing is great fun, though. Everyone's using Green Tree? It's because Harlow's got the worst build diversity of any character in this game. You've got mainly Green Tree, a couple of Red Trees, and then, like, the Blue Tree Copas. And everyone's begging, like, Gearbox, buff Blue Tree, buff Blue Tree, buff Blue Tree, wanna use Blue Tree. Nobody's using Blue Tree because it just kind of sucks to use until they fix it. And, like, buff it. I think with the extra skill points, Harlow Heavy Trooper has become a bit smoother with some more quality of life. I think I am really starting to prefer Heavy Trooper over normal gun Harlow. Especially with refraction being fixed. It just hits so hard. And Rift Shiny look, I mean, I got Falk a while ago, but not today. Lord, so many legendaries. None of them are shiny. Super Soldier. Ordnance Harlow's good for blooming. Use your favorite ordnance of choice for phase 1, And then phase 2, the jet setter tears it apart. Absolute unfiltered destruction. Now, obviously, you need to kill Bloom to get the jet setter. So if you don't have one, I used honey bunches. So ones get lace and charge, or no, you couldn't find a clear answer. You know, I haven't actually tested. Maybe that's 5 extra skill points I could save. I just kind of hoped that guns, because heavy weapons are gun damage, so I hoped it would apply to gun damage. It should be an easy test. I can't be bothered respecting right now. Is there a requirement? It's just overshield, right? Yeah. Yeah, Jet Setter tears Bloom Reaper apart. What is a creep impact event in Carcadia? Think of it as like an Ordinite processor prototype. It's basically an arena. You get rushed by creeps, and then you got to pick up these like vile things that some of the creeps drop and throw them into a doofer in the middle of the arena. And then you have like 4 ends of that. And you're against the clock. And you get like 500 Iridium for doing it. It should be 5,000 to be honest, but it's literally raining Iridium. It should be the Iridium thing. It's nowhere near as cool as the Circle of Slaughter. I mean, okay, there's more going on, but it's in a small, like, shitty arena. Every major boss, Timekeeper, Lictor, Vault Hunters, a special difficulty with a drop one good item, have like True Trials level of HP, that would be lit. I kinda dig that. Because I think those fights are fights that could potentially get away with having their HP be turned into silly numbers. Because there's actual, like, engagement in the fights. They're fun if they drag on. Captain Willis is the same, to be honest. Some fights just aren't fun if they drag on, but I think those fights would be. I was expecting them to sprinkle pearls throughout base game. Of course they didn't. And that would have been a good source for base game pearls. Hey, beat the super roided timekeeper. You get a pearl. Big encore bio thresher? Yes, but for every fixed amount of HP. So they don't increase the amount of HP between bio armor thresholds. They just add more bio armor thresholds. I wish I could just sit outside of a Nightmare Rift and pay Iridium to farm it. Make it feel more like an activity. That's near perfect. I mean, Hyperion Grip sucks. But 16k damage on a Fear Stalker is a very high roll. That's like max. That's a keeper. I'm not keeping it, it's a Fear Stalker, but that's... As far as Fear Stalkers go, that's basically a god roll. Can it roll Daedalus Shotgun? It can. We got a Daedalus Shotgun Torg roll a few runs ago, actually. Lane Charge does work with Head of the Ordnance. Hey, thank you for testing. Points vindicated. Also sad I don't get 4 extra skill points to play with. 5 extra skill points to play with. I was kind of hoping it didn't work, so I could move the points elsewhere, but yeah, it's just missing the one part, and that's it. Is it a damage part that rolls on that? Hyper Jacobs, Fear Stalker. Yeah, there's a damage mod in that slot. The Shotgun Jacobs one has 8.682 million DPS. Jesus Christ. Those are some Gearbox numbers. 8 million DPS, bloody aura. To be honest, 8.6 million DPS is what you could probably pull off with it with a maxed out build. I just enjoy the sound of explosion in water. I was like, yeah, 16k is towards where it maxes out. Unfortunately, it's just a bit too low. Boomslang goes to, what, 21? Tor goes to like 24, 25? Truck. And Truck gets more critical hit as well. As more base. It just simply wins. Like the Ballista 2. I keep meaning to try Ballista on Sniper Alpha. Or double dips in skill tree for Vex. Bloodletter, Reverb. I think that's it. Oh, Deadwire. That's a really depressing card to look at. Bloodletter, Reverb, Deadwire. Eamon got 2. No, Eamon's got loads. Eamon's got loads. Raging Inferno, Tail the Comet, Blackout are 3 already. Molten Royal is another one. Of course, Molten Royal can go into Raging Inferno. What was it? Double dip? Yeah. Tail is just Cryo Bleed. That's all Tail of the Comet is. It's just Cryo Bleed. Blackout doesn't double dip? I'm pretty sure it does. Pretty sure all 3 of those do. Inferno, Blackout, and Tail. I think some of the one of the shock skills double dips as well. Bullet Hail might? I can't remember. Pretty sure Force of Nature detonations do as well. Could be wrong on that one. But they're based off the input damage, so... Only Girthquake was here. Hey Mirror, is that the real Lazy? No, I don't know who Lazy is. I'm just tired. That's all I am. Tired and sleepy. Well, the realist did it. Please stand up. I can't. Like tired. Give me a shiny. I've done so many rifts over the last 2 weeks. Why is there a rift here? I'm gonna complain, but that's new. Maybe my excessive wobbling on the way just slowed me down enough that it decided to spawn it there. Addie's not having a good day? Oh dear. Just thinking about it. I am actually just 3 shinies away from having every single legendary shiny. Overspirited! I keep them all? Oh, heavens no. I just unlocked the skin. Don't have space for that. You insane? In this economy? Which one haven't I gotten in Rifts yet? In terms of shinies, I still need Fear Stalker and Core. I probably could have kept my first shiny. My first shiny will have been a Wombo combo, and it was my first Wombo combo as well, so maybe I should have kept that one. At least you get legendaries like 9 out of 10 runs. Like, the drop rates are really generous on Rifts. Honestly, if you're doing a playthrough and you just want a beefy weapon, Nightmare Rifts is probably the best, like, one of the best things you can do. They're not hard. They're available, like, right from the get-go in the DLC, which is available right after meeting Zadro. Like, just after the Oppressor fight, and then you get access to Falk. Well, the achievement doesn't include Rider, so it'll be Lumberjack, Robco. If you don't have the Lumberjack in your list, it'll be that. The Rider is not a part of it. The Rider was a post-launch edition. So it's not in the challenge. Jacob, COV, Ripper. Lead Balloon was your first, because you were Splashstone farming. Your first shiny was Rubies, because you were farming an Undead Eye. One more. Bear Stalker. Right, I'm sleepy. I'm gonna call it there. Yeah, we got the Reminisce. Didn't get a Crow Source, unfortunately. And then we just did a bunch more Rift kills. I guess. Working towards them, even though we didn't get any. Tomorrow, I will not be live. Monday, I will not be live. Tuesday, I will not be live. I'll be back on Wednesday. Time should be normal. 5 p.m. UTC. Sorry, no. 5 p.m. BST. 4 p.m. UTC. But I might be an hour or so late because I'm getting my car sorted on Wednesday, so it just depends how long they take and when they finish. Really today? It's only half past 9. It's 25 minutes prior. I'm just a bit sleepy. Minion build when Boom makes me a minion build that I enjoy. Yeah, so have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you before the weekly reset next week on Wednesday. Next week kind of sucks. I'm working Friday, so I'm only streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. I am trying to push for the schedule change, but of course the week after that it's Forza Horizon, so then I'm off for a little bit. So yeah, that is the forecast for the next few weeks. One more week of Borderlands, and then we go to Japan. I'm looking forward to it. So yes, have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, stay awesome. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.